by the way, the reason that it's victimhood and Godhood is because when you break the word down, see, a hood is something that covers your head. And these two mentalities will cover your mind. So if you're stuck in the victim mentality, victimhood, you'll always think like a victim, act like a victim, react like a victim, be controlled like a victim, right? Because you're not in the state of alignment. You're not in the state of Godhood because your vision has been affected. The one who is in alignment is a visionary. The one who is a victim only sees what's there. So if you look at a good carpenter, when you take a good carpenter into a house has been totally burned on the inside, nothing but the structure remaining on the outside. But a good carpenter will walk into that house and he does not see what's there. The carpenter will see and he can vision in his mind what he's going to put there. Because of the skills that he has and the organization that he has, he's going to bring other skilled people in. And then they're going to build something totally new because he's not looking at just what's there. That's how you got to be in life. Because if you are a victim, then you only see what's there today. You only consider what you see with these eyes as real. But it's the third eye, it's the visionary eye that you have to be, that you have to see with. Of course, you should see things for what they are. Because that's reality on this plane of existence. But if you have vision, then you can vision something into existence. And that's why there are scriptures that say, speak those things that are not as though they are. And we walk by vision and not by sight. Because you have to be a visionary. So the victim mentality, let's go down. He's super critical. And if you look at, modern day, there's a lot of, I'm gonna just speak plain, man. There's a lot of dudes on the internet, online, that's super critical. And there's a lack of masculine energy in the world today. And you can see it displayed on social media all day long because you have men that display feminine characteristics and they're super critical. So they sit on the internet all day and, oh, she ugly. And they're criticizing women, criticizing other men. That's not a masculine trait. And that's one of the problems in the world. It's not enough true masculinity. You have what they call toxic masculinity. But I tend to think it's just not enough true masculinity in the world. True masculinity is not feminine. True masculinity is not super critical. True masculinity seeks vision. And your vision is connected to your creativity. You got to be creative. See, once you envision something, then it sparks. It should spark your creativity because you are a thinker. Because you have the Godhood mentality. You are in alignment. Now we go back to the chakra rub. And whether you want to call it the chakras or not, these are just meridian points in the body. See, these are just points of energy in the body. All of this is super scientific. Victimhood, a person who's constantly either in trouble or sees trouble. A victim will never take risks, like calculated risk. And you can never be successful unless you are willing to take calculated risks. Not just risking your life or, going out there doing dumb stuff, just taking stupid risks, but calculated risks. Based on vision, based on creativity, based on being a thinker. And then you have to be optimistic about what you see. So it goes back to the old saying, some people see the glass half empty, some people see it half full. Which one are you? If you are maybe pessimistic, you see it half empty. And you say, man, she ain't gonna never get to the top, it's half empty. But if you are optimistic, then you see it as half full and you say, man, it's almost there. And that's how you should see your life. Like whatever you're trying to bring into existence, whatever you're trying to manifest into existence, you have to see it as if it's here. It's not something far off. It's not something that's unreachable. but it's actually here. See, nothing that you and I want, we don't have to invent nothing. Everything that we want is already here. Everything has already been created. You just have to find a way to align yourself with the frequency of what it is that you desire. And if it's in line with the will of the universe, the will of the Creator, the will of nature, then if you align yourself with that frequency, before you know it, it'll be here. Now, the Godhood, male or female, the visionary, integrity, creative. Now let's go back over to the victimhood. All of these traits, trouble, vague, they never know what they want. If you ask them, like, what kind of car do you want? Whatever you want to give me. No, you gotta know exactly what you want. And if you're vague about your desires, vague about the things that you want, then you'll never bring it into fruition. It'll always be only enough. And we should be tired of having only enough. Ignorance. The victim mindset loves to stay in ignorance, just meaning you don't know. And when you don't know, like, it's a way to find out anything. Google is your friend. Anything you want to find out about, all you got to do is go. It's somewhere in a book. But now you ain't even got to go to the library. You can Google it. But a person who is stuck in the victim mindset, that person does not know and does not seek to know. You don't even want to know. Impossible. Everything is impossible. Like, there is no such thing as impossible in the mind of a person who is in alignment. There's nothing impossible to a God. Nothing. The impossible was destroyed when all of this was created. Just go out at night. Look out into the stars. Go out in the daytime. Look at the sun. Look at the sky. Look all around you. Look at the grass. Hell, look in the mirror and look at yourself. Nothing is impossible. Everything that you want has already been created. It's already here. You just got to bring it to you. So, here's my point. Everything on this side of the equation, the victimhood, all of these traits are blockages. They block your frequency from going from your mind to the mind of the universe, the mind of God. All of these things block. When you are vague, that's a blockage to what you want. When you always see trouble, that's a blockage to what you want. When you remain in ignorance and you don't seek knowledge, that's a blockage. We're trying to break the blockages, loosen the blockages. Free. We want free flowing energy. But when you remain in victimhood, then you remain in these blockages. But if you want to open the blockages up, just declare yourself in the mindset of Godhood. You're a thinker, you're optimistic, and then you are not just responsible, you are response able, meaning you are able to control your response. You don't have control over what anybody else does. The only thing you have control over is your response to it. And your response will determine the outcome. You are response able. You have the ability to respond. Do not allow people to control how you respond. Some people get off on pushing your buttons and making you respond how they want you to respond. But if you control the way that you respond, you determine the outcome. You cannot determine what they do, what they think about you, about the situation, but you can determine the outcome based on your response. But you got to be in alignment. You got to have the Godhood mentality. You got to unloosen the block.